What's up? It's me. I'm back, and I'm late, but it's okay because there's a lot going on. Good things though. Uh, I didn't have anything planned, but I came across a TikTok video talking about the difference between soulmates and twin flames, and I kind of wanted to elaborate on that and speak on my opinion on the subject. For those of you who have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, the twin flames are supposedly basically your twin flame. You only have one in your entire life, or existence, I guess you could say. And they say that your twin flame is the person whose soul, like, who has the other half of your soul, basically. Your soulmate is somebody you knew in a past life, and you could have multiple soulmates. They don't necessarily need to be romantic soulmates or romantic partners. And it's just somebody you like for me and Ria are soulmates. Like, we just clicked right away. There are so many of my friends are soulmates, but you don't think of them romantically. You know what I mean? Like that, that type of thing. And you can tell when somebody's a soulmate. But a twin flame, somebody was saying that, like, it's this runner chaser dynamic where there's only one other half of your soul, and that person is living on this planet at the same time as you, and you may not ever meet them, or you may, and it may be wonderful. But if you do meet them, you just know right off the bat. This is what this person was saying. You just know right off the bat, and then, like, they'll always be part of your life and in your life. But it's this runner-chaser dynamic where, like, one person's not ready when the other person is, and then it just continues to flip-flop for the rest of humanity. And a thought came to my brain. I don't necessarily want to talk about twin flames and soulmates. That's not what I want to do. What I want to do is say that, not that I don't believe in this shit, but a lot of the times people talk about twin flames and they're like, well, you know, it's a toxic runner-chaser dynamic. And to me, it's like sensationalizing toxicity in relationships. And as somebody, if you guys know, who's been through toxic situations, the exact situation, that runner-chaser dynamic, I can tell you firsthand, once you get away from that situation, you're not connected to that person anymore. And maybe you are up here because you feel that you should be. And especially if you call that person your twin flame, that puts an even more, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Even more of a reason for you to think that you're connected to this person because, oh, they're my twin flame and I need to be there for them because that's my purpose in life. But realistically, you're just in a fucking toxic situation with an idiot who won't fucking settle down. And it pisses me off that we sensationalize this shit because we believe that that person's the other half of your soul. Not to say that it doesn't exist. Right? Not to say that a twin flame doesn't exist or those types of connections don't exist. Those are karmic connections. To me, those are lesson connections. People that are here to teach us something, not necessarily stay in our lives for a reason, but stay in our lives forever, but for a season, if that makes sense. And I think that we as people are so used to, like, labeling things and sensationalizing things that we stay in these toxic, shitty situations that we shouldn't be staying in, quite frankly. And I know from firsthand experience because I did it. I was like, oh, you know, well, my ex, she's my twin flame. You know, nothing great ever was easy, or whatever that phrase is, or whatever but the reality of the situation is yeah, true love, real connection should be fucking easy and organic. And not to say that there aren't issues and obstacles, but it should never be toxic, and it should never make you feel like you're chasing somebody and that's running from you, and it should never make you feel little and small and any of that. And this twin flame bullshit talk is like, oh, well, they're my twin flame, and that's why they fucking abuse me and have a drug issue and that they refuse to fix and this and that, because it's, you know, the universe made it that, no, they have a drug issue because they have a drug issue. You know what I mean? And this pisses me off. This pisses me off because there are so many people out there sticking by certain people that aren't good for them. Sticking by certain people because they feel it's their duty on this fucking planet to be somebody's other half. But regardless, if twin flames exist and the other half of your soul is in somebody else's body, and it's, you know, your purpose in life to come together, then don't you think that when you meet your fucking twin flame and you meet that person, that when your souls become one, that everything becomes easy and complete and wonderful? Wouldn't that be logic? Like if my missing piece came into my life, then I wouldn't need anything else and all my ails in life would be fucking cured. No? But here we are with this twin flame bullshit. Oh, it's this runner-chaser dynamic. It's this, you know, toxic, abusive. No. There's never an excuse for toxicity. There's never an excuse for abuse, no matter what the relationship is. But mainly in a fucking love, romantic relationship, there is never a fucking reason, ever, an excuse to be toxic. Period. Drugs, sex addiction, any bipolar disorder, fucking whatever it is, there's never a reason, never an excuse for you. There should never ever be an excuse for you to be abused and treated like shit. Period. And I'm saying this, and you can probably tell I'm saying this passionately because I'm very passionate about it. Because there are so many fucking people doing this. And they have this mind state, this state of mind that they belong in this situation because the powers that be. No, I'm sorry. Whether you believe in God, you believe in fucking Allah, you believe in Jehovah, whatever your belief system is, if you're an atheist, agnostic, whatever it is, you should never, ever, ever put yourself or keep yourself in a situation where you feel less than what you deserve. You feel like you're not getting every single thing that you deserve. You know what's fucking good? You know what the best kind of love is? It's not that twin flame bullshit love. It's not any of that. You could put a label on anything, but if it's not feeling right, then it's not feeling right. You know what's a healthy love? A healthy love is two people fucking coming together that can build each other up, and who know what the fuck they want, and know who they want, and know what they bring to the table, and know who they want in their relationship, and can communicate their feelings, and can communicate what they're thinking and doing. And yeah, it's selfless at times, and it's there are obstacles, and nobody's perfect. But to make an excuse for somebody that's treating you like shit, to me, I don't know, I'm not down with that. I'm just not down with that. And I used to be. And because I was down with it, a lot of my ways of thinking was like, well, you know, she's my twin flame, so this is how it's supposed to be. You know, you fucking Google these articles like, give the characteristics of a twin flame, and literally every single characteristic is toxic. Every single one. It's like, if you're in a toxic relationship, and then think of all the people that are in toxic, abusive ass relationships reading these fucking articles thinking, oh my God, what, they're not abusive. They're just my twin flame. So let me stick it through. How fucking dangerous is that? It pisses me off. Pisses me the fuck off. So yes, I'm doing a rant right now because I care about people, and I care about people's states of mind and being in their relationships. It is not ever, there's never an excuse to stay with somebody who is running from you, to chase somebody who's running from you, to chase somebody who continues to reject you. Fuck that noise. Period. You're better than that. We are better than that. You should never have to chase anybody in life. Yeah, okay, you want to schmooze somebody. You want to court somebody. That's fine. There's a difference. But if you're literally chasing after somebody, fuck that. Period. There's no other two ways about it. And this is why we live in a fucking, because we sensationalize this garbage, this fucking toxic garbage relationships should be fucking easy to an extent, you know? And if it's not easy, guess what? Period, point blank, it's not worth it. Black and white. We're too many times we're looking for these gray. No, there's no fucking gray area. There's no goddamn gray area. It's either fucking easy and there's a couple of obstacles that maybe you need to get through and you love each other enough to get through them and that's fine, or it's fucking not. And if it's not, and it's this fucking whirlwind of bullshit, shitstorm, shit stain, fuck shit, then it's not worth it. Period. I used to have this romanticism. We romanticize toxicity. I used to have this romanticism that like nothing good ever came easy. Okay, yeah, that may be true in some senses, right? But we take that and we run with it as people. And we think that means that we need to put ourselves in hell. And that's not the truth at all. You know, yeah, you have to see the darkness in order to appreciate the light. I get that. Trust me, as somebody who's dealt with severe depression, as somebody who has been through the ringer a couple of times, yeah, I get it. In order to appreciate the good times, you have to go through the bad. I understand that. But that never, again, ever means that you need to put yourself in harm's way or mental harm's way. Why are we doing this to ourselves? I don't get it. And I used to think to myself, oh, love is all you need. Love is all you need. And then somebody came to me, one of my best friends came to me and was like, no, you know what? Sometimes love isn't enough. And I didn't get that at first because I was so romanticizing this like dream in my brain, you know? But it's true. Sometimes love isn't enough in a situation. I loved my ex-girlfriend. I loved her beyond measure. I loved her. I you know, like up to that point, I'd never loved anybody in that way. But it wasn't enough to stay and deal with the toxicity that she brought into my life. And it wasn't until I got out of that situation. It took 6 years. It took a very long time because I had these beliefs in my brain, you know. It wasn't until I got out of that situation and stayed out. It's not just one thing. It's one thing to get out, but when you're getting out, going back in, getting out, going back in, it's kind of like a drug. You know what I mean? Like you have to be clean from it for a very long time before you know, like, okay, I'm in the clear, you know. And it wasn't until I really maintained that outness that I saw my life without this person and thought to myself, this is living. This is where I'm supposed to be. This is how I'm supposed to feel. And I think too many times we have our brain and our feelings don't match up, right? So our mind is telling us we need to stay with this idiot, toxic person in this situation. That's what our mind is saying. But our hearts or our souls or our feelings are saying, this doesn't feel good. Because when you're with that person or, you know, things happen with that person, it makes you feel like shit and you're depressed, right? Like my mind was telling me I needed to stay with my ex because she was my twin flame and this and that and just fight through it and nothing good ever comes easy and all that cliche bullshit. But my emotions, my anxiety was fucking through the roof. I wasn't sleeping. I was barely eating. I was crying, depressed all the time, like that hurt cry. That cry that hurts your insides, that type of cry. I was doing that almost every single day when I was talking to her because it was so not healthy, you know? That runner-chaser dynamic. And I kept thinking to myself, well, she's just my twin flame. She's just this is how our relationship should be. No, but no fucking relationship should be like that. We should all love ourselves enough, and I know I repeat myself a lot, but it needs to be fucking said and understood. Because so many people are like, well, they're my soulmate. Doesn't mean you need to stay with them. They're my twin flame. Does that even really exist? You know what I mean? Because again, to me, if the other half of my soul came to me and completed my soul, guess what? Every addiction I had would be gone. Every ail I had would be gone because I'd be complete. Or are we just fucking complete human beings that also need to be walking into a relationship with another complete human being, coming together and filling each other's cups up and being wonderful with one another and making each other happy, but not needing each other to make each other happy? Again, this is very repetitious, but it pisses me off. It really pisses me off because there are too many people sticking with shit situations when they don't need to be sticking into those situations. I didn't say that right, but whatever. It really works me up because I was there. I really believed all this bullshit in my head, and it's one of the reasons I stayed in a really shitty situation. And I mean, I look back now and I think I'm glad. I'm glad that I had that. I'm glad that I went through that because it made me the person that I am, and it made me a better lover for the next person that comes into my life. You know what I mean? And it made me take a look at who I am as a person and fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, I know what I bring to the table in a relationship, who the fuck I am in a relationship, what I need to work on in a relationship. And that's literally all we need to be is self-aware. And I keep saying it. But please, for the love of Jesus, please, and this, I may just stop this here. What is this, 17 minutes? I may just stop this here because this is a fucking PSA. Do not get yourself stuck in a situation, in a toxic situation, for whatever reason, but mainly because you feel as though God ordained it or the universe ordained it to be that way. Nobody, especially a higher power, would ever ordain you to fucking suffer in life. Period. You were not put on this planet to suffer. You were not. You may think you were. You were not put on this fucking planet to suffer. Never in the history of ever should you have to suffer at the hands of somebody else because you feel like it's fucking ordained by some being or entity. And I'm not saying I don't, this is not about beliefs at all. But a lot of our beliefs make us do certain things. A lot of our beliefs are what keep us from doing certain things because we think that if we it's the opposite too. We think that if we go towards somebody that we love, that we're going to hell or we're going to be condemned. And fuck that noise. But also we think that a higher power ordained us to be in a toxic runner-chaser situation. No. It's black and white. You are just in a runner-chaser situation. You are with somebody who is not willing or ready to fucking settle down. And maybe they are your twin flame. Maybe that is a real thing. But at least in this fucking incarnation, in this lifetime, they're not meant to be in your life, period. Because if it's hurting you more than it's helping you, then it's not good for you. Period. Fucking period. This shit pisses me off. It really does. Because there are so many good people out there staying in with these stupid ass people. Ugh. It's annoying. So annoying. So the moral of the story is, again, this is going to be a short episode. I wanted to come on here quickly. I was inspired to speak. The moral of the story is stop. Just stop. Seriously. Just stop. For your sake. Not for mine. Not for that person's sake. For your sake. Because at the end of the day, you are what matters most. Period. And true love, good love, is exactly that. It's good. And it feels good. If Your mind is telling you, oh, I love this person so much, yada, yada, yada. They're this, they're that for me. But your feelings inside are telling you different. Go with your feelings, your gut. That is your intuition telling you, abort fucking mission. Next caller, let's go. Let's keep it moving. You know what I mean? Your feelings will tell you. If you're with somebody and all you feel is happy and you laugh and you feel safe and you feel at ease and you feel at home, go with that. If you're with somebody and you're anxious and you're constantly looking over your shoulder, constantly looking at their phone, wondering what the fuck they're doing, and there's this level of uncertainty and whatever, but your mind is convincing you, no, well, I love them, so it's XYZ. No, abort. Please stop settling. Stop settling for less than you deserve. And even in that good situation, things aren't always going to be perfect. There are going to be things that happen. Nothing is perfect. But the person that you are meant to be with, the person that you should be with, is the person that makes you feel at home. No matter what that means. That person, go with that. Don't fucking stick with an idiot because you think that, the universe wants that for you. The universe doesn't want that for you. I can tell you that. Universe, God, whatever you fucking believe, you were not put on this planet to suffer. None of us were put on this planet to suffer. We create our own realities. We create our own destinies. We manifest for ourselves. And when we continue to believe that it is our destiny to be in a runner-chaser relationship for the rest of our lives, we fucking limit ourselves from the happiness that we deserve in life. Please remember that. Hear my voice. Listen to this podcast. Watch the video. Whatever the fuck you gotta do. But fucking remember it. Please. I was there. And I know. So I'm going to end it now. I mean, there's not much more I can say. 22 minutes of ranting. But please, for the love of Jesus, for the love of the universe, whatever the fuck you believe in, please just know you don't need to suffer. I love you very much. If you're watching or listening and you have some ideas or questions or anything like that, leave them below. Maybe next week I'll do a podcast just answering people's questions and stuff like that. So leave some questions, comments, anything. I love you guys very, very much, and I appreciate you guys listening. The secret word is astronomical. I know it's pretty cliche, especially if you follow me on TikTok, but that's the secret word. And again, remember, please, you don't have to fucking suffer. You should never, ever be suffering. Your soul should be at ease and happy and feeling good. And if you're not, then that's your signal that you're not with the person that you're meant to be with. You're not with the right person. I love you guys very much. Until next time. Peace out, everybody.